Welcome back to Stellaris. In the last episode we had this thing going on in Car's vortex with the horizon signal. I'm not sure if we're actually done with that event chain or not, but I think so when we got that final event giving us the entropy research thing. And as for the Galactic community, the way it works is that it weighs these proposals and they are listed in order here. The Senate is currently in recess, and when the Senate enters session, the topmost is put to the floor for a vote here. And currently the Galactic market has overwhelming support, so that's the one that is most likely to be the first proposal being voted upon. We have a tradition available. I'm wondering if I should take diplomacy just to get more envoys. The other option is prosperity, which is also a very good option, but I think we will go with domination is also quite good. We'll go with the diplomacy for now. That means we get 50% reduction in diplomatic influence cost, and our pop growth from immigration increases by 10%. A non-aggression pact going on between Olakrafan sovereignty up there and Sidron Animus. I talk to these people. They're a theocratic republic. Of course they are. Arian. Either that or pacifist, isn't it? We can ask to be their vassal, but these guys united Opid provinces. Fanatic egalitarian democratic crusaders. Probably don't like it. I wonder what the final fallen empire is. Probably here or here. Most likely here. We have the Sluggish Corporation. That's again a very bizarre way to expand the empire. Not sure why these guys have so much diplomatic weight. Ah, they have an envoy in the Senate. Well, my envoy is stuck with a Badamian contact, hoping that I can get them up to excellent, which is very unlikely, so let's assign our envoy to the Senate instead. Put us up at 807. Danis has leveled up.
Construction completed.
That starbase done. Good. It's almost done. We have room for one more starbase. This one I intend to be an anchor base. Two, 5, 7.
System survey concluded. Construction completed.
They have made peace. That is a good idea. Squall peace.
Construction completed.
These guys are done.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Completed the research of doctrine space combat, which means our fleet command limit is now increased by 20. Gradual adaptation to the realities of deep space combat allows us to effectively coordinate larger maneuvers. I think we will go with quality boosters. Set you to automatic exploration. Not sure what you're up to.
Construction completed.
Science ship that came back doesn't seem to be any kind of difference than other science ships. We are low on rare crystals. That's not... Buy 100 of them. To get rare crystals income. I don't know what I'm using it for. 2 is consumed by buildings. Okay, then I know what I'm using it for. Probably these, yes. Need more crystals. I think we can safely deconstruct this research lab. Replace it with synthetic crystal plants. If there's any other building. Maybe I want the gene clinics, to be honest. Yes, I do want the gene clinics there. I intend to build a research segment here very soon. Thing is, though, we're getting 91 food. But this planet should make up for it very soon. So let's build a research segment here. The Artisan Troop wants us to continue being a patron. I like that.
System survey concluded. System survey concluded.
Living metal lakes. Investigation of the caverns below the surface of Yidus C1A revealed them to be filled with a silvery liquid metal that flows from cavern to cavern in gleaming rivers, pooling into underground lakes. More surprising still is the discovery that this metal substance shares many key properties with organic life forms, including responding to environmental stimulus and exhibiting self-sustaining processes. It remains to be seen whether this exceptional metal should be classified as truly alive, but it may have several practical applications for our engineering technology. Get living metal there. It's rather nice. Let's go get Winkworth.
Construction completed.
I have an additional building slot available here, so I think I'll build... Not have them yet, so let's leave the building open. The primitive alien civilization on Mindara 1 has unlocked the secret of the steam engine. This has revolutionized their society in more ways than one. Vehicles and machinery making use of this technology can already be seen in their cities, and the first few factories are appearing. This world would appear to be on the brink of industrializing. Interesting development. The Loop Temple. Signs in the stone. Archaeologists have found a forgotten temple in the remote highlands of Cathedral of the Kraken, buried for centuries but recently exposed by an earthquake. Dating techniques suggest it's a pre-industrial relic, hand-hewn from volcanic rock. However, the recurring symbol on the walls and radial altar, a Mobius-looped serpent consuming its own tail, has no obvious precedent in our early history, and the inscriptions use an unknown alphabet. One excitable archaeologist suggests it's a relic left by an unknown precursor race. It's presumably meaningless coincidence. The quake seems to have occurred at the same time as the final message from the black hole in Akar's vortex. What a surprise. A way has been opened to us. Choose special project, investigate the Loop Temple. Do I need a scientist to do that? No. Investigate that. Those aliens.
Construction completed.
This one is done, but we do not have the influence required to go claim more systems.
Construction completed.
Now, I wish we had enough influence to go claim that one, because I'm pretty sure the AI will go straight for that as soon as it can. But having a curator order station inside of our influence radius, very nice.
Construction completed.
Void clouds. A cloud reads the odd report collated from multiple sources, like a cloud of luminous star stuff billowing in the dark. The report goes on to refer to the phenomenon somewhat poetically as a void cloud. It is evident to the priesthoods of the star cult of the Tentacle that these clouds are heralds animated by some higher will. Exactly who or what this will belongs is the subject of heated debate, and is likely to remain so for the foreseeable future. Until such time as the Void Cloud's true nature can be ascertained, it would perhaps be prudent to treat the immense power evident in its roiling motion with some caution. Conduit for the divine or not, it must be studied.
We have detected an anomaly.
We find the Doppler effect. Jordan Smith found a wavering signal that haunts Yidus B2A, though it does not seem to originate from the planet's surface. Let's research that. And also let's do the cloud study. I mean to zoom out. We've completed the research into Starhold. As space traffic increases, larger and more defensible starbases are needed to maintain control over system space lanes. Let's get the railgun next. How does the Senate look? Cooperative research channels. Top. Diplomatic weight from tech shouldn't be too high, but 202. How? Technology equivalent. Technology equivalent. 137 from tech. Sidron Animus. Okay, so it's actually going to benefit us the most.
System survey concluded.
Where on earth are you going? Just go there. And like 18. The ransomers. Or ransomeers. Emergency buoy. An emergency transmission buoy floats in gentle orbit around Yidus B to A. Its outer casing is heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapons fire or a powerful explosion. It might be a Tentacular model for civilian ships designed to be ejected as an emergency measure should the comms systems fail, but the extent of the damage makes it impossible to know for certain. It is repeating a weak, distorted signal. Where is Yidus? Okay, clean up the transmission.
The special project has concluded.
Okay. A wall of text just appeared. The Loop Temple, Time and Stone. Our scientists have learned a great deal about the subterranean temple, but some questions remain. A roof aperture, along with the radial altar, suggests it was once a solar calendar. But it is so badly damaged by the earthquake that we can't be certain. If the builders found any particular dates important, we'll never know which ones. We've had better luck with the unknown alphabet. It's a debased variant of a better-known hieratic script. Not an alien language at all, and we've successfully deciphered it. The temple is dedicated to the waiting worm, or the worm in waiting. Most of the inscriptions are sonorous, poetic invocations requesting its appearance, or, if read in the other direction, its departure. There is also a body of inscriptions describing the operations of the universe, which our more excitable archaeologist swears contains references to advanced field equations. Nothing new to us, but very impressive for a temple of this vintage. We have yet to find a physicist who is prepared to go on record in agreeing that the references are meaningful, though. The temple holds no cosmic secrets or alien weapons as far as we can tell, but its dark spaces have a distinctive menacing beauty, and the poetry of the invocations to the worm in waiting becomes fashionable. They are set to popular music, and they are published in collections. Right. We can seal it off. We can reserve it for academic study, or we can make it a place of pilgrimage, and that is because we have the fanatic spiritualist ethic. I think we'll do that. Make the Loop Temple a place of pilgrimage. The wisdom from the faith of our ancestors, what was will be, increases planet happiness amongst other things. I like that, amongst other things. The Loop Temple Pilgrim's Way modifier added gives the following effects: happiness plus 10%, and we also gain the research option to research Doctrine Strange Loop. And we get 20% of research into that. Okay. It's getting very, very... confusing. A rendezvous. The city of Leng Thariog is being hailed by the Syzygy of the star cult of the Tentacle. This despite the fact that the Syzygy isn't even sending any ID codes we recognize, and no ship of that name has ever been commissioned. Its commanding officer claims to be Captain Hetrix. Our admiral of that name is alive, well, and elsewhere. A rendezvous, the captain that was. The captain that appears on our screen is clearly Hetrix, but a scarred, haunted, decrepit, wrecked edition of Hetrix. Face glossy with plasma burns and older, much older. The bridge in the background looks just as scarred and just as decrepit. The captain's voice is firm and clear. Finally you're here. I've waited so long. My punishment is to die in battle against you. Please, end me. I'm sorry. What is the loop? The loop is what came first and what comes next. The worm in waiting, and I suppose the worm is the loop. Let's say time is a labyrinth. The captain begins to gesture futilely. Then the loop is its monster or its maker. No, I can't explain it, and you'll know more soon. You did in my past. Weapons locked? If you want to end it, why wait? A warship is full of ways to die. Don't you remember? Of course, you won't yet. And you might not now, not if you do it right. The loop needs its sacrifices, and it needs them just so. An agonized, coughing chuckle. You don't want to trifle with the loop. What's happening here? Are you really Hetrix? Am I? Are you the same Tentacular you were last year? Every day is a death. Every future is a choice. Time is a labyrinth, not a road. A chuckle. It sounds like the chuckle hurts. Ask the loop. We'll remember you in our prayers. Society research gained. And I have one more prayer for you. The captain recites an oddly resonant palindromic prayer of 27 words that will fascinate your theologians and closest the connection. And the syzygy is powering weapons. Battle stations, okay. Then we have this one, the messenger, what was will be. The CTF Leng Thariog has located a small minimally powered artificial object broadcasting a looping signal at a local range only. These sorts of things usually turn out to be escape pods, and this looks like one of those. It's been out there for a long time. When the crew cracks it open, carefully observing quarantine procedures, they find ancient remains preserved by the sterile pod environment. So far, not unusual. The captain of the CTF Leng Thariog indicates, however, that they did not expect to find the holy tentacular words what was will be was, daubed on the wall in the bodily fluids of the pod's occupant, who the crew are now wryly referring to as the messenger. They add that there are some equally unexpected anatomic similarities between the messenger's species and our own. Okay, this is getting very confusing. Let's build mining stations here. Senate is now in session. Senate floor is in session. The Galactic community is now voting on a new resolution to decide if it will become Galactic law. Assuming that we are now voting on the cooperative research channels, and you can see the supporters here can change to opponent. You must wait 120 days until you can vote again if you do. The Senate is in session for quite a long time, several years actually. Let's get that. The Coils of God. Our observation station on Mindara 1 reports the rise of an unusual minority religious artistic movement, the Coils of God. Primitive mechanical clocks are considered holy, but ritually destroyed after a year's operation. The worm and serpent analogues of the planets are protected from harm. Time, the Coils priests say, is a labyrinth. What was be will be, what will be was, they intone in their prayers. This sounds familiar. Observe it as closely as we can. It's getting out of hand. I want to colonize this Gaia world, so I need to find a name for this place. It's going to be the Shrine of Spirilla. And we to remove the Artem from the name here and colonize. Go on which station? We're not doing anything. You should... Oh, 90 days left. No, plenty of days left. Let's have a look at our current ship design. And we should also make a destroyer. Picket ship bow. Ship stern. So we can gunship bow instead then. One of each. I've never understood which one is the better one of these, or if they are equally good. Let's just do foil guns in here. Amount of those, and a set of afterburners. Des picket approach. This one should be set to picket. Good. 30 in range. Save. Delete that class. And go to Fleet Manager. And add the Destroyer class to the fleet. 5 of them in there. It's going to be expensive. $20, so we don't have enough to reinforce all of them, but let's upgrade it first.
Construction completed. System survey concluded. The special project has concluded.
The void clouds are stewards of the cosmos. Once tentacular astronomers knew what to look for, they found traces of the void clouds everywhere. Formed at the dawn of creation, they stood watch as stars were lit and young planets formed. Now they drift, quasi-conscious agglomerations of inanimate matter from the earliest hours of time itself, afloat between dying stars and breaking worlds. They are a constant reminder that we are all but small parts of something greater. Humbling, plus 10% physics research from crops.
Construction completed.
Where? Oh. You. You're all the way out there.
Construction completed.
What are you doing all the way out there? We need
Construction
to
completed.
a few things, but before we do that, let's just check the decisions here. Encourage planetary growth. Encourage. 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 And encourage. And nearly full on minerals, so we can sell 1,000 of those. So I'm not gonna sell consumer goods just yet. Crystals, however, buy some of those.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Have researched vitality boosters, plus 10 years to our leader lifespans. The body fails, science intervenes. Now this was one. Let's get Xeno diplomacy so that we get plus 10% diplomatic weight, and also can build the embassy complex that gives us more envoys. I think we still only have one, so... you guys upgrading?
War has been declared.
The Coils of God, the Labyrinth Ceremonies. The Coils of God cult on Mindara 1 has grown with unusual speed. It can be found in every city on the planet. It's fostering a series of lengthy ceremonies conducted by citizens in every walk of life. The whole species have taken to them with unlikely enthusiasm. The rich adopt elaborate circular dances for their celebrations. The poor daub complex looping sigils on their doors. Even playground games are chants about the circular nature of time. We can actually go down there and participate. Probably a bad idea. We'll do that. Fascinating. Send a team to study the rites and to participate if possible. Do I need to send something there? No, it's just a situation. That's one transport a bit. Just recruit one assault army. And actually... Okay, so... These guys declared war on those guys. That was actually to be expected. But I think it's time to end the episode here, so... This is one of the most confusing events that I've ever done. And I'm sure that I've picked wrong picks along the way, but I just wanted to see how this ended up. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope that you look forward to the continuation, possibly the resolution of this chain. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for joining me again, and I will see you all next time.